And with Nate going out, it looked like you got relegated down low, down in the post. How do you feel like playing down there?
The 5-man?
Yeah.
It's fun. It's basketball. You just got to play and adjust. Whatever you got to do to win, you got to do it, you know.
What was practice like yesterday? I mean, you only had one day to fix what you wanted to fix, and coming into today, what was practice like?
I think the big thing about practices like yesterday is you flush the loss, and you come in and you get ready to win. So you come in with a new mindset. Everybody came in hungry, and I think we're just going to continue to build off of tonight, and that's just what we're going to be.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that you guys were able to get that opening loss behind you now?
Say that one more time.
Do you think you guys are able to get that opening loss behind you now?
Yeah, I would say yesterday, like he said, the kind of whole idea of practice yesterday was to kind of flush that loss. So I would say we kind of got that out of our head yesterday, just to move on to today and get the job done today and get a win.
Did Coach Hopkins discuss that he's going to play a deep rotation in the first half with you guys, or is that something that just kind of evolved during the game?
I don't think that's something that's really kind of discussed. You know, really you kind of just get into the game and, you know, whatever you feel like you need is what you feel like you need. You know what I mean? It's all dependent on the team you're playing and the depth that the other team is playing, and, you know, how guys are, you know, if I'm missing shots, then somebody's going to come in for me. If Terrell's missing shots, somebody's going to come in for him. It just depends on the, you know, the overall feel of the game and how it's going.
For both of you, what's going through your head when you have to go to the line?
Free throw line?
Yeah.
Shoot it. That's about it. I mean, shoot a million of them in your lifetime. Yeah.
Don't airball. I mean, it's been playing basketball since we were kind of, 4 years old. So, like he said, shoot a lot of those. Just easy. They're free shots.
PJ, we haven't had a chance to talk to you since the first game. What's it like to play back home?
It's fun. It's kind of, sometimes I got to catch myself from looking at the crowd in like a timeout or something like that, because I'll look up and literally anywhere I look, it's somebody I know because I'm home. And everybody's always trying to say something to me or from this crowd, and I just try my hardest to block it out. But it's been a really fun playing with this group of guys and then playing in front of my family for sure.
What was that final walk like for you? I mean, I saw you kind of look up at the crowd too after that.
I just felt like it was really the icing on the cake on the win. I felt like we needed that, so I just went up and got it, and then just kind of had to show time for the crowd, talk to them, look at them.
How many tickets did you have for tonight, PJ?
Man, see, I probably had like 15 tickets. I get 4 from at least 4 of my teammates, so 4 each. That's a lot of people at the games.
It seems as if you guys were able to take control in the second half. Just what went well for you guys then?
I think you look at, the defense. I think we did a couple of different things. We got stops. That was the main thing. They just kept getting second chance points or whatever the case was in the first half. But, we made shots. We made plays in the second half. We blocked shots. They turned the ball over. We played the overall game of basketball how we want to play, and we didn't let them choose the style of ball that we were going to play. We kind of just chose that we were going to play our tempo, our defense. We were going to stop them, take them out of what they want to do, and just play ball.
And I think you talked about it after the exhibition, but are you guys barking out there when you're playing defense? Because it sounded like it.
Yeah, for sure.
It depends. Like
for sure.
The bench is barking for sure. I'm barking sometimes.
Everybody's barking.
Everybody's
for sure.
Yeah, it's
That's
a bark
the thing.
off.
Huskies, come on. I mean, they
howl, something like that.
Bark.
Bark.
Yeah.
Did you guys start that tradition? Because I've been here a while and I don't remember guys really doing that.
I don't remember.
We definitely.
Yeah, I think
that.
that's a start because I don't remember the last time. I was in college for 3 years, all the way over there. So last time I might have seen UW press was like my senior year of high school. So I think we might have started that. Yeah. Hopefully it'll continue for years to come, and then hopefully the dog pack will kind of pick up on it and see that we're pressing, and then it's just a bunch of barking going on, and
that'd be crazy.
The other team just going to be like, here you go.
That'd be crazy.
Like you only do it when you press. Like it's not like you're barking in the zone when you're sort of backing out. It's
The zone's more, we're flying around still at the same time, but, when you put that press on, you're trying to play pace, you're trying to, really play aggressive and play intense. It's like you're on the prowl, trying to, hunt something down, so that's why we start barking, I guess.
And one of the things that Coach Hop was really unhappy about after the last game was your ability to get out and stop the threes and get out on the three-point shooters. What did you guys do different on that tonight?
How many threes did they make? They made 4. Our goal every game is 5 or under, and last game I take a little bit of that on my shoulders. I gave up 3, and I feel like we got to go out there and we got to get the guys. We got to tag the shooters. We know who the shooters are. We know the scout. We've seen these guys shoot the same shots against the zones before. So I think it's just us knowing your personnel and getting out to the shooter, and we did that tonight. And it's your first game. It's whatever, that game is over with. But at the same time, we came out with a little bit of jitters, and they came out and we weren't ready to play, and that's how that happened. But today we came out with a different mindset, and we did what we wanted to do.
When you're giving up the threes, is it effort or is it lack of recognition? What usually causes that?
It could be a bunch of different things. It really just, I guess, depends on the situation. I mean, the defense we play, you got guys rotating, those guys over-rotating sometimes just to try to help out, and you might just end up in somebody gets open 3. So it really just depends on the situation.
So this barking press, did this start with somebody in particular, or did coach bring it up, or how did it happen first?
It definitely started with a player. I want to say
It was Langston in practice. We were doing 5-on-5 when we first introduced it, and the second unit was beating the first 5 by like 10 points. And Langston started barking at me as I'm trying to inbound the ball. And I'm like, what is he doing? Like, why is he barking at me? Then their whole team started barking, and then we go down and we score, and we ended up coming back, and then we started barking at them, and now everybody kind of just barks. Yeah.
Just one more. The other thing that Coach Hop was really not happy about is he said that the last game that they were tougher. Did that guys resonate to you going into this game at all?
For sure. Our whole thing is just tougher together. And last game, we weren't really together. We only had 5 assists. Last game, that is. Last game, we only had 5 assists. We weren't together in our defensive schemes, but definitely going into the game today, we were together and we were tough, for sure, and got it done.
Is that it, guys? All right. Thank you.
Do you think you guys got back to the style that you would like to play?
Yes. I thought, in the early part of the season, you start to figure out some things. And, we've been working on man. I thought that, our switching man going small was a big part of the game, hard to keep us in front, and we did a good job taking away the 3. Percy, was it pretty? No, there was a lot of end of the game execution, fouling, not missing some layups. I mean, we've got to be better in that area. But the style of play, yes, we've been working on pressing, we've been working on our zone, and we've been working on our man. And every game's going to be a little bit different. I felt like when Nate got in foul trouble, Jackson came in and did a good job. And in the second half, I felt like. Just give him a different look. And so we went man-to-man and we went small. And that's how we finished the game. Good foul shooters, good ball handlers, and good man-to-man defenders.
It just seemed as if you just had more control of the game with your defense in the second half. And plus your perimeter defense was
outstanding. Yeah, I thought P.J. Fuller was outstanding today. He came in the game and he made 2 or 3 defensive plays that were, he made elite plays. Game-winning plays. At the end, we made some game-losing plays, fouling, fouling offensive rebound, missing, bunnies and fouling. You don't want to stop the clock, but found a way to get a win. The hardest win is the first win of the year, as we've figured out last week or 2 days ago. But just proud of these guys. We're going to learn a lot moving forward, and I love these guys, and I think the potential is limitless, and we'll see how far we can go.
Nate Roberts, you had him for a while. I saw him out at the top of the zone, or was my eyes deceiving me?
Your eyes were deceiving. What we did is we switched with him, and so you saw him on top against Cone. Cone is a guy, a couple years ago led the ACC in three-point shooting, and we had to make sure that we weren't giving up threes tonight.
What were you most happy with tonight?
I was most happy with our bench. Thought Jackson Grant came in and gave us some really good minutes after he got got a little loose. And I thought PJ Fuller, I thought he really changed the game. And so, we have the type of team, it's going to be a new guy. It could be a different guy every night. Emmett Matthews, it was fun watching him be so efficient and aggressive on the offensive end. We guys still have a lot to work on, but I was really happy with the bench. I was happy with those guys. When you can get production off the bench, especially on the defensive end, that's always a plus, especially when you have to play, 2 games in 3 days. It's the first half I tried to play a lot of guys. Sammy got in for the first time this year. He made a steal. Jackson, Langston, tried to keep the legs fresh, and it worked down the stretch.
I know you were talking after the last game about getting it in and then finding the three-point shooter. You still only took 13 three-pointers tonight, but the thing that was impressive too is Dejon Davis drew 4 fouls going to the hole.
Dejon, I think, can be one of the best point guards in the country. He's got great speed. He's got great vision. We're still learning how to dance with each other. We're stepping on each other's toes a little bit, those chemistry issues, but he is elite. He's an elite defensive player. I told him at the end when he fouled the guy on the rebound, number one, to stop the clock. And number two, the most important thing is you're out of the game. We want you in the game at the end. You can make foul shots and no one can pressure you. And he's so intelligent. But when I thought in the first half we weren't making shots, but he was in transition, finding guys. Him and Terrell. I thought Terrell had a really good floor game tonight. He picked his spots of when he wanted to score and when he was a point guard. And, we're all still, they're learning me, I'm learning them, they're learning each other. The really cool thing with these guys is after last game, not to go back, but, they have so much pride, and they're just incredible kids, and all they wanted to do is, we wanted to stay off our feet and do a little bit of practice, but they were so locked in and so focused, and that's what we're going to have to be for the rest of the year.
And finding the three-point shooters,
It's big, and they did a good job. They did a really good job tonight. You see a lot of these upsets even in our game. You take 12 threes away and you give them 12 layups. Guess what? We win by 5. You know what I mean? That's what we do, and they did a really good job of that tonight.
And just before I forget, you can talk about them now, but you had 2 signees yesterday, Keon Minifield and Tyler. Yeah.
Tyler Linhart, local kid, guy who can just flat out shoot the ball and score. You get certain guys that are born to be Huskies, and he was one of them. Got a great family, a great student, great basketball player. He's just going to keep getting better. And then Keon Minifield, we believe that we got the find of the year. Led EY Bill in scoring. A crafty athletic point guard, really thin, but a guy, as he develops, is pretty special, we believe. And we're really excited for those 2 guys.
You had 10 players get on the court in the first half. Did that allow you guys to have some more energy on defense, or what drawbacks or advantages does that have?
Advantage was the gamble is they're going to make some mistakes and the other team gets a lead. But it also, the pluses are if we can kind of sustain a little bit. When we made the one substitution, Nate got his early fouls, they went on an 8-4 run. But once Jackson kind of slowed down a little bit, he was really good in there, and you could see it. It's all about being comfortable. And I was able to get those guys some minutes and get their feet wet with a crowd and in a game. But we tried to save the legs of some of our guys. You could see it on their faces because they were playing so hard.
Hey, just how important is it to get, for like Jackson, to get the second rotation in there and to really give them some meaningful minutes in these first 3 games?
And you know what? And it's like one of those things, you want to win so bad, but you got to earn it. You can't just, and when you're playing teams, they're taking some time off. They've got really good players. It's so good for him, Percy, to just get that experience. He was in there for a significant amount of time, and he went and got the rebound and got the and one, and like you could see, and we see it every day in practice. But then sometimes in games, being able to go in there and play in 3 or 4 or 5 minutes in a situation, I thought he was outstanding. I thought he was big in the first half, and he's going to be a great player.
And the only 5 assists again tonight, is that just, what is that?
No, you know what, I believe we had, the dump off to Nate, and he missed the dunk with the technical foul. We had the back door to PJ, and he missed the layup. Like, there was 4 or 5 different ones that we had just missed, and those add up. But we need to obviously better. But when you're making shots, 22, we felt like our best play was getting to the rim. In our open offense, and if they collapse, kick out, and if they don't, you got to be able to finish. We got to work on finishing. We were 10 for 23 on layups and dunks. If that improves, we're different. So.
Just one more. I noticed the former player behind the bench, and I know he holds a special place for you. David Crisp was here tonight.
Oh, David Crisp, one of the great ones. I hope he stops playing basketball someday so we can hire him as a coach. Because he's a guy that represents a great student athlete, all about the team, all about the city and our university. And, he lost his father this year, and so he's been going through a lot. He's an incredible person. He's got an incredible family, and really, really sad. His relationship with his father was pretty close, but love when ex-players come and are around us, and especially ones that have so much love for the school and our program.